What's going on, y'all? It's your boy B-Riv, man, and this is just a quick video off the top of the head. Listen, I was making my MVP predictions, my award predictions, my standing predictions, my top 15 players in the MLB predictions, and it is crazy, honestly. And I listen, 1 through 7 seed in the East is interchangeable. You can have the Brooklyn Nets as high as 1 and as low as 7, depending on how they play their season. You can have the Hawks as high as maybe 5 and as low as 10, depending on how they go. Even though they have a ton of talent, we never know how that's going to, we don't know how Nate McMillan's going to work that offense. We don't know if he's actually, the coach that this team needs. And then you have the Cleveland Cavaliers, who I don't know if I'm ready to put them in the upper echelon with those good teams, but they were only a couple games away from those teams with their team injured and Donovan Mitchell being added to the roster. It's going to be a crazy season, y'all. It's a crazy, crazy season in the MLB, man. Let's talk about it. First, we have the chase for Victor Wembanyama or Scoot Henderson. Little Zion Ja kind of hype behind the 1-2. We know it's going to be 1-2. Number 3 really hasn't risen up to be like a top prospect like we had this year with, I believe, 1 through 5, 1 through 6 were all really good players to me. But right now it is Scoot and Victor Wembanyama. So if you're an NBA team and you're floating around the 9 to 15 seed, you're probably going to tank. We're going to see a lot of trades this season for teams that have decided to fully tank for Victor or Scoot, depending on what they want. But Victor, listen to me right now. Victor is one of the best prospects we have ever seen, ever. No hype around him. I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, no, not going to over exaggerate him. I don't know what he's going to do in the NBA. But if we're talking about right now, his skill set, his potential, one of the highest ever. I seen reports. I seen a whole bunch of shows and morning talks. They said if him and LeBron were in the same draft, it would be a toss up on who would go number one. And yes, I know we know what LeBron has done in the NBA, so it's crazy to say that. But if you look at the frame of this player, you look at his skill set, you look at what he can do. All God forbid he gets injured, which is it's a very realistic thing to say for players of his size. But I don't like to speak that into the air. But without anything, without any outside circumstances, if we're just talking ball, this is one of the greatest prospects in NBA history. He can change an entire organization. So we're going to see teams do some crazy, crazy, crazy things in order to get a chance at getting Victor Wembanyama. Hopefully, hopefully we don't have a Hornets thing where they tank. They're by far the worst team. I think 7 wins that season in the NBA, and lottery brings them to number 2, and they miss out on Anthony Davis. And they end up, if you know ball, you listen to this, you know who they ended up with? Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Boy, imagine tanking this season badly and you end up with the number 6 pick. Because the lottery is crazy. We've seen the Lakers that one year where they jumped to number 4, which helped the trade for Anthony Davis. We've seen the Pelicans jump up to number 1 for Zion. It's pretty crazy now. I'm not gonna lie to you. The worst team usually doesn't get the pick anymore, which is pretty insane. But now let's talk about the standings. You see this logo on my head, the background Kobe favorite player of all time. The Lakers might not make the playoffs, bro. I'm not listen. I love Kobe. Kobe, my favorite player of all time, but I'm not a biased fan in any way, shape, or form. The Lakers look bad. Team construction terrible. They even have a bench player in the starting lineup. What the best case is throwing Westbrook off the bench, but we still don't know what kind of production he could give you from there because he has no one else around him to even give him the ball, for him to even give the ball to. You know, it looks bad. It looks bad. Listen, the Kings and the Lakers, they're in there, even though the talent, even though you hear LeBron James and you hear Anthony Davis, the cohesiveness in that lineup, the injuries that have uh, gone on over the past couple of years, they're just terrible role players we have in this lineup. I don't know, man. And then we have the Nuggets, who they're reloading. They're getting their players back. So they could be the number 1 seed. Are we going to see the first 3P and MVP since Larry Bird this season? These are possibilities. This season is insane. Like, there's like 5 number 1 seeds in the East right now. The Heat, the Bucks, the Sixers, the Celtics, the Nets. These are all formidable teams. They're all in the top 10 for me. I think there might be like 4 in the top 5. The East is loaded this year, bro. It is crazy. The Pistons, like, no one's gonna want to talk about the Pit. Listen, they're going to be one of the most exciting young teams in the NBA this year. With Cade, with Jaden Ivey, with Sadiq. They got Bogdan, which I really don't know what that's going to do for them. Isaiah Stewart, who's promising, but I honestly think he might be just like he's like a bridge player for them wanting to look for. What if they get Victor Wembanyama? Imagine that lineup. In a couple years, imagine that lineup. K looks like he's ready to jump onto the scene right now. Like, he's not trying to wait a couple years to blossom. He looks like he wants to be in superstardom and stardom this year. This year looks exciting, man. Honestly, the Wizards gave Bradley Beal $100 million a year. It seemed like, and they one of the top teams in the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes. So honestly, who knows? It's I could keep ranting and ranting all day about what this season's to come for, like what could come of this season, because it's so interesting. Like, this is crazy. I don't even know who I have to win the finals. There's too many good teams, and I don't have one overpowering the other. I know who I have in the final, in the semifinals, in the conference finals, in the quarterfinals. I think, I don't know. Like, there's honestly a team I could put in a 5 seed and they won't make the playoffs. Still Luka against the world, but we know how that's been going. He's still in the playoffs and he's gonna whoop someone's ass. He's a dog. I didn't even talk about the Clippers yet. Yo, Kawhi is coming back to the NBA, and the Clippers were a 500 team without PG and Kawhi. And they got John Wall, who I'm not saying is going to be listen, John Wall is my favorite point guard that I have seen. I'm not going to say freaking Magic John. I never seen him. Well, my own eyes, my favorite point guard I've ever seen is John Wall. And he doesn't even have to do too much. He scored 20 in 20 minutes the other night. And for him, he just has to be a floor general for 2 top 10 players in the NBA. They look scary. The Clippers look scary. There's a lot of teams I could say look scary. This is, to me, the most talented era in basketball history. Like, hands down. Hands down. There's like 7 teams that will qualify as super teams in the 90s. It's absolutely loaded. And we're talking about them possibly being like a 5 seed this year. The season's going to be insane. Quick rant from B-Rev. Got cut off. Quick little rant. I just wanted to talk because this season is honestly going to be insane. It's been your boy B-Rev as always. Listen, I'm trying to cover all sports as well as I can. Get some of my boys that watch these sports maybe a little bit more than me. But I watch all 3 sports a good amount. So I would like to make videos. Like I said, this for fun, man. I like doing this. Take 20 minutes out of my day, talk about my favorite sport, post it online. Somebody may like it. But it's been your boy B-Rev. As always, I got 2 videos coming out this weekend, man. Don't miss out. Don't listen. I got my top 15 NBA players, my award predictions coming with my boy, my best friend, my dog, my brother. So tap into that, man. It's been your boy B-Rev as always. God bless. See you.